Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the One Meal Channel. I'm your host Nathan, and once again we are cooking up one meal that is meant to sustain us for the entire day. It is nearly 7 o'clock at night. Today has been a day of sleeping in and playing RuneScape. So it is time to finally recoup our caloric losses with a succulent at-home meal. Now, I could have done a little bit better prepping myself and getting this pre-cut before taking the bacon out. But to tide us over, let's have a sip of our famous chicken broth together with one another in celebration of another upload. If you want to enjoy these videos as much as I enjoy making them, join next time with your own beverage, or if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you already have your beverage of choice. It doesn't have to be chicken broth, although we do make fresh chicken broth every single week. Grab a water, grab a soda, although I wouldn't recommend it. Grab a tea or a coffee. And leave me on your second monitor as you complete your other internet tasks today. There we go. Bacon grease, potatoes, a match made in heaven. I'm starving. So for those of you who are watching for the first time and have still stuck around, like I said, I eat one meal a day. A handful of bacon pieces, bacon ends, a cup and a half of chicken broth, whole potato, whole onion. Did I mention a cup of rice? And then usually half a pound to a full pound of chicken. Sometimes I run a little bit under my caloric intake for the day. I might supplement with a cup of noodles, which only happens about once a week. Cup of noodles aren't, compared to this, cup of noodles are incredibly unhealthy for you. If I was working out on a consistent basis, I would add a protein shake with some yogurt, maybe some fruit, and probably try to up my calories another between 600 to 1,000. Right now, 1,800 to 2,000 calories keeps my weight more or less the same. Some of the greasiest piece of bacon I've ever eaten. Oh, all right. That is a great way to start your meal. I like to start my cooking experience off with an appetizer. Ooh. Apparently, I'm never sharpening that knife enough. These onions are about on their last leg. They're not slimy, they're just a little soft. I think I have 2 or 3 of those onions left, so we're going to have to rip through them the next couple of days. Might even double up on the onions. All right, let's get to our chicken. We keep all the bones from our previous eaterings. Save that for the chicken broth that will inevitably come later this weekend. I know two breasts seems a bit much for this meal, but I'm particularly hungry today, so let's see. Do 1.5. Be sure to cut the skin nice and thoroughly. We're gonna add a little bit of pepper. And a little bit of garlic onion, because salt is not necessary because of the salt from the bacon grease. It's going to be time to cook up some more chicken broth here shortly. But I'm not completely done with the chicken broth that's already in the pot. So I think what I'm going to do for the first time is add my chicken broth, the bones to the chicken broth that I already have. And reboil the old stuff, see if that works. Our rice is almost done. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I usually do, and try to clean up the kitchen before my food is all done. So we've made some pretty good time on this video. Usually what I do is I just make whatever I want to make, eat it, and come back and then clean the kitchen, but I have a feeling roommate Noah is going to want to cook something when he gets back home. And I appreciate, as much as the next guy, a clean work surface before I get to cooking. There we go. Looks like our rice is ready. Hopefully I didn't let this cook for too long. See, I got a new crock pot. That's not a crock pot, a new rice cooker. Because it was cheaper to get a new rice cooker than it was just to get a new pan online, little cooktop. Because the old cooktop was sticking too much. Well, this cooktop is sticking too much now as well. So it lasted about 3 months into 2025. Let us see how much this weighs. You know, after about a week of eating, I can tell if I'm not eating enough or if I'm eating too much, because I weigh myself on the scale almost every day. But generally speaking, I don't track my macros because I'm not working out and I'm not like looking to gain muscle at the moment. So weight is generally a good way of determining how things are. And as long as I'm above 2 pounds, which I am, I'm just about at 2.3 pounds, I know that I'll be in a good position. And I think adding that little bit of chicken, extra chicken, is what pushed us over the edge of that 2 pound mark. So there we go, another 2.3 pound meal. We have had meals all the way in excess of 3 pounds, which is nice. And dang near all the time, I'll finish this in a single sitting. Well, I appreciate all of you watching. I'll have another video out for you tomorrow. We'll probably make the chicken broth. We'll see you all then. Thanks. Bye.